can switch on this project guide. So after project guide, the first step for the project is to be creating a new project, that is defining a project. So once the project is defined, you can give the required starting date. So you can ignore this step as it is used to share the file among different places. Now we'll see how to create the time of working or general working time. So general working time may be a standard time as you can see in this screen, or you can customize it as you want. Now you can see we have customized the Saturday working time. You can change if you want. So now we have customized the working day for Saturday. Then go to next step. So the calendar creation is finished. Now just we need to add the task. And after adding the task, we have something called indents and outdents. So we'll discuss it as we enter the task. Now I'm creating the task related to residential building, construction of residential building. So the construction of residential building will be the title of your project. Then following these titles will create the task or the subtask like planning, design, drawing, foundation, superstructure, etc. So these are all the subtasks, and within this subtask or within this task we can also have subtasks. For example, in construction of foundation, we can see excavation work, we can see footing work, reinforcement for footing, concreting. Everything will be subtask for a task called foundation. So the foundation will be a task of a main task, that is construction of building. So the main task is the construction of building, and planning foundation as well as superstructure will be the task, and followed by many number of subtasks. So at the end of each task, we can notice that there is a smallest task called milestone. So the milestone is not really a task. Milestone is a task which is for celebrating your goal or celebrating your part of a goal. So whenever you achieve something or whenever you finish something, we'll denote it by milestone. And the milestone can be as many as in a single project. Now I considered the task up to the finishing of foundation, but you can consider it as just an example and you can practice also including the superstructure. So here I am using an indent function. So indent, as you know, so in order to differentiate between a task, subtask and the main task, we'll use indents. So here you can see planning is the task, initial plan, final plan, drawing, design, drawing and approval will be the indent of planning, but planning will be the indent of residential building project. Similarly, foundation will be an indent of residential building project. So within that foundation we'll be having so many other indents like site clearance and marking, excavation, reinforcement, bar bending, etc. Now we are finishing with adding task and denoting indents and outdents. So now next we'll see how to link the task. So generally you can see on your right side, that is we can see the graph in the form of Gantt chart. So in the Gantt chart we can see that all the tasks or all the subtasks are starting at the same time. But in actual there will be a process called preceders and successors. So once the task is finished, then only the second task will start. So that can be employed or that can be corrected by giving predecessors for each event. So before going to the predecessor, we can also make a note of duration of each task. So now you can see I have entered the duration of each task based on our knowledge. And you can remember that milestone won't be having any duration. So we'll give 0 days for milestone. And you should make a note that the duration will be given only for the smaller task, that is subtasks. And actually after calculating the duration of all the subtasks, so the software itself shows the total duration of a project. Now I am using predecessor for each subtask. So here also you can remember that predecessors will be defined only for subtasks. So predecessor of final plan will be initial plan. So I have given the serial number of initial plan. Similarly, design is the predecessor of final plan. Drawing is a predecessor of design. Actually, the predecessor will be the drawing, design will be the successor. Like you can say it as design is the successor of drawing. Final plan will be the successor of initial plan. So we are just denoting the predecessor's serial number. So as I give the predecessor, you can see on the Gantt chart this task that is which is continuously flowing. Now it has been some arrangement, like some linking is there. So that linking is important. So the after finishing of initial plan, we'll go for final plan. So based on that knowledge or based on that mechanism, we can see the Gantt chart flow. So for manual excavation and machine excavation, I have given the successor as 10. That means either of manual excavation or machine excavation you can follow. So that is important whenever you are employing the project for determining the critical path. So if you want to determine the critical path, so they should have two options. So to make it two options, I have given manual excavation and machine excavation. Again, the bar bending can have two successors. So one is manual excavation and the second is machine excavation. So if I say the types of linking, so we mainly have four types of linking. So by default, the linking will be of finish to start. So as soon as your first task finishes, second task starts. And similarly, we have three more types of linking. First one is finish to start, finish to finish, start to finish, and start to start. So for this form work, I have taken finish to finish. That means, so the bar bender will be the successor of form work, but form work and bar bending can be done simultaneously, so that it can be finished together. That is finish to finish. So if bar bending finishes at the same time, form work can also be finished. That is the type of finish to finish or FF type of linking. So if you're not taking any kind of types of linking, by default the program will take finish to start type of linking. So here again the curing is having two successors. Curing will be having two predecessors. One is the concreting by site mixing or concreting by ready mix. So the predecessor for curing is 16 and 17. So the linking of task is completed. So we'll see can switch on this.